All right. We're back, players. I'm going to give it a few minutes before I start the match, though, let people get back in. If someone can post on the site that I'm live again. Yeah, hopefully no more hiccups. Hopefully 2K gives us a break, you know. Maybe I could go down to their headquarters and teach them how to make a goddamn game sometime. Seems like I'd know better than them. All right, what we got? All right. Whoa. Maury, you're only smoking mirrors to me. I'd play a game that Maury made before I play 2K19. Nope, stream is back up and running. Just got to refresh if nobody has yet. Everybody could post in chat to refresh besides me or whoever. Hopefully we can get people back in here. All right. Let's get to it, though. Let's hang on. Uno momento. Okay. My fine feathered friends of CMV. Like I said, hopefully no more hiccups for the rest of the evening. As after this, we kick off the main card with Luke Swanson and Sean Kent going one-on-one. But first, we crown a new Rising Star champion, as I touched on a little bit earlier when the show was starting. Black Gale, of course, the former Rising Star champion, admitted to rehab 2 weeks ago. That's why, Johnny Sampson revealing that this past Reality Wrestling, that's why he's been MIA and he couldn't make it to his championship defense on Thursday. So tonight here at CyberSlam was his last chance to defend the championship. As we know, the rules of the title state that it has to be defended every 2 weeks. So the GMs, Sampson and LaFave, they had absolutely no choice but to vacate the title. Gale, it's a win-lose situation is the way I look at it, because Gale's getting help, and that's the good thing, fighting his addiction. But at the same time, he lost the championship. He busted his ass to capture by defeating Pullman, by the way, back at Sacrifice. Now, RGP, who was supposed to challenge Gale for the title on Reality Wrestling, instead defeated Blake Virtue, gets his opportunity once more. But in order to hold that championship gold, must put down the man with Viking blood in his veins, Eric Skarsgård. And as voted by the CMV Universe, this will be a first blood match, my friends. Could have chosen between an over-the-top rope challenge, Anarchy Rules, or First Blood. And it's interesting because a couple of weeks ago, when Eric Skarsgård attacked Pullman after one of his matches, Pullman was busted open and he was bleeding profusely. He smeared the blood all over his face and his chest. And so now, in order for Skarsgård to become the Rising Star champion, he must cut open RGP once again. And certainly a new look for the Welshman as he makes his way down the ramp. A very eerie aura I'm getting off of him here. Pullman coming off that loss a couple nights ago on Genesis alongside Sean Kent. defeated by the team of Luke Swanson and Eric Skarsgård. But of course, in a first blood match up, guys, we know that there are no pinfalls, no submissions, no countouts, and no disqualifications. The only way to win is that whomever is the first to make their opponent bleed will become the new CMV Rising Star Champion. Pullman looking about as ready as he possibly can be here. And because in a first blood match, it doesn't matter if you get a little tiny cut on your finger and you're bleeding. That will be enough for referee Poe to stop the match. But look at Skarsgård. Holy shit. As if he wasn't scary enough just in his regular attire. Look at him now. He's donning the war paint. Hey, it looks like he's got, I don't know whose blood that is, but it looks like he's got blood on his shoulder there. These guys showing up to this matchup ready for an absolute war, it would seem. Yeah, he's already bleeding. Pullman scratched him on the way out. This is to crown a new CMV Rising Star Champion. Only the third ever first blood matchup in CMV. RGP failed to defeat Black Gale back at Sacrifice. Now is his opportunity to make up for it, as there is what is on the line. Referee Poe holding it up for all to see. Our first of 5 championship matches tonight. The World Tag Team titles on the line later on the main card, as well as Andrews defending both his Anarchy International title and back-to-back triple threats. And in the main event, of course, Elijah Stewart, beaten, battered, bloody, bruised and all, still going to be walking into the ring to take on a fresh 400-pound Guri Sukhanov. Oh, and a power slam there by Skarsgård right out of the gate. Not an excellent start for Perlman, who's now brought up to a vertical base, up against the ropes, going to utilize the ring as a weapon. Is Skarsgård here. These two men certainly probably the most unique personalities you can find in CMV. Can't even really describe Pullman. Rake of the eyes there, and that's completely illegal. No disqualifications here. So even though Poe saw that 100%, can't really do anything about it, as this fight takes a tumble to the outside, and there are no countouts. They can stay out here as long as they want. Right into the security wall. Ribs first. Now Pullman finally going to start to fight back a little bit. This is an awkward camera angle here. Using the barricade to prop up his foe, while Pullman just unleashes these wicked right hands. Looks like a boot to the upper back and a curb stomp, mini curb stomp. That hard concrete that lies beneath those thin pads. Might as well go outside and literally curb stomp a motherfucker. Eric Skarsgård threatening a punch. Should have actually punched him up against that steel post. And Eric Skarsgård's got to be careful, man. The littlest thing can make you bleed. Like I said, a scratch on the knee here, if these guys bleed, it will be over. This matchup is largely about defense, as Pullman gets dropped face first on the apron, where all the hardest parts of the ring converge. This all started by Skarsgård attacking RGP after one of his matches on Genesis last month. And since then, it has gotten very personal between the two. Hardly any words spoken between them. That's because they're just too especially Skarsgård, of a Viking background. He's a warrior. He lets his actions do his talking for him. Now they're fighting for the Rising Star Championship. It's even more than just a petty, personal rivalry. Look at this now. Into the security wall again, and it seems like these two are just going to want to beat the shit out of each other from here. RGP completely miscalculating that super kick as once again Skarsgård just getting the holy bejesus beat out of him. Now, Roderick, what the hell is this? Waistlock into a knee strike. Oh, man. That was brutal looking. Not going to keep Eric down for very long, though, it would seem. Instead of short arm clothesline, just about taking RGP's head off, sending it up into the cheap seats. These two, I don't know if these guys are going to even get back into the ring. They don't have to. Poe is right there to see if either of them get busted open. And again, pulling him in, tying up Skarsgård arms. There's the knee. Ripcord. Now look, it looks like Skarsgård's favoring his eye. That's never to get an eye injury, man. That's truly, that could be career threatening. Make you blind. You got to be careful about that. Back over to the between the ring and the security wall here. Another rake of the eyes. Look, these two are going at each other's eyes. We know Roderick loves to reference his eyes, how they just suck you in. You really, I'll be the first to say, do not look into the eyes of What the fuck? Brock Lesnar! Brock Lesnar is here in CMV. He hasn't been in CMV in, I don't remember the last time. It's fucking Brock Lesnar, and he's attacking Eric Skarsgård. What the fuck? Brock Lesnar is here at CyberSlam attacking Eric Skarsgård. What the hell? Brock Lesnar hasn't been seen in CMV in months and months, but he's here at CyberSlam, and it looks like he's working with Polerman as he attacks Skarsgård. Look at that, a super kick to the back of the head. Polerman and Brock Lesnar are working together. What the hell is this? Now Lesnar's leaving with the damage done. Lesnar beat the shit out of Skarsgård. And now Polerman taking advantage of the opening delivered to him by the Beast Incarnate. What in the hell? Brock Lesnar, he came, he fucked shit up and just left. And now Poleman's bringing this fight up the ramp after getting double teamed. Skarsgård trying to fight back as much as he can. I gotta give him credit. But I don't know how much of a chance he has. DDT on the steel ramp. Busted open. First blood matchup. RGP, thanks to the assist by Brock Lesnar, is the new Rising Star champion after a DDT on the steel ramp. What the hell did we just witness here? Brock Lesnar interfered, beat the shit out of Skarsgård, allowing Polerman to seize the opportunity. And now we have a new Rising Star champion. What in the hell did we just see? Brock Lesnar pretty much handing the Rising Star championship to Roderick G. Poleman on a silver platter, ladies and gentlemen. What a way to end the pre-show. I'm at a loss for words here. Oh my God, my friend. Look at this. Says, think of this. Bison, Guri Sukanov, and now Brock Lesnar. Hashtag Heyman Dynasty. So I don't know if that's Heyman telling us that this was planned, but oh my God. Brock Lesnar just assisted RGP in becoming the new Rising Star champion, and I literally still can't even formulate the words to truly describe what the hell we just... All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get the main card underway after one hell of a pre-show. We are live from the beautiful Los Angeles, California for the 3rd annual CMV CYBERSLAM, and there is still a whole lot of fucking shit to get to, including 4 more championship matches. But things get a grudge match between the Luke Swanson and Sean Kent, as voted by the CMV universe. It will be anywhere bout. Of course, this tonight where the fans have complete and total control over the way that the night goes. We know that Click will be defending their world titles against Mark Cancel and Peter Thompson. The match type is up to you. We now know that John Reed has been voted in, winning by just a shoo-in to join Knox and Andrews in the Anarchy title triple threat matchup. But who will join Knox and Andrews and the elimination triple threat for the international title? And of course, in our main event, Elijah Stewart, broken, bruised, and all, still standing, challenges Guri Sukhanov for the Alpha World title. Can he do the unthinkable? I'm Alpha World Champion. Or will the Russian Ogre make sure that the Soviet era stays alive? By the way, Topher, it was, I don't know if somebody told you, but it was Reese Matthews beat Tyson Cage by countout. And yeah, Bateman, you certainly missed out. Brock Lesnar made his CMV return, attacked Eric Skarsgård, and pretty much handed the Rising Star Championship to RGP. Is the new champion. But now on to the main card. And here comes the unbeaten Luke Swanson. Of course, Luke been really the center of controversy and mass attention these past couple of months after failing a drug test before Exodus. Remember, he was supposed to be inside of the Rage in a Cage match for a shot at the Anarchy title, but he smoked a little bit of that doobie, a little bit of that reefer, and got caught. So Castle Fabe handing out a harsh sentence, and surprisingly, maybe not surprisingly, but a lot of people in the CM universe standing strong behind Luke Swanson, that was a little bit too much of a punishment, costing Swanson a championship opportunity and 2 months of his career, a fine at the very, would have been acceptable. And Swanson in an interview was saying that much when Sean Kent would have butt in, saying that Luke Swanson deserved to be fired, that there's no room for drug addicts here on Genesis. To getting in each other's face, and of course Swanson would get a little bit of a taste for revenge a couple of nights ago on Genesis when he and Eric Skarsgård knocked off RGP and Kent, but Swanson did pin RGP in that matchup, so he really wants to get his hands on Kent here, and this is a Falls Count Anywhere matchup, which means there are no countouts, no disqualifications, pinfall submissions, count anywhere around the arena. These two can go fight out in the street if they want to. They can take a plane over to Japan and fight there. Of course, Next Sunday, let this plug, right? Ready for the segue? Next Sunday, CMV returns to Tokyo, Japan in the Tokyo Dome for the 3rd annual Tag Team Cup, the Fusion exclusive event. Definitely looking forward to that, the 25th of February. And here's a tweet, my friends, from Roderick Poleman, who says, "Fates are sealed before we plant our feet on the earth." Very cryptic there by Poleman, as always. But as the new Rising Star champion, I feel like we need more of an explanation than that. Why the hell did Brock Lesnar help him in defeating Eric Skarsgård? We heard from Heyman a little bit, but his tweet wasn't very explanatory either, if that's a word. I don't know. Yeah, Brock Lesnar largely actually was a part of CMV for years, but he always competed on the Unmatched brand. I think the last time we saw him, it's probably been nearly a year since we've seen Lesnar over on Unmatched. So what the hell was he doing here tonight? But we got to move on. We got to move past it because we still got a whole lot to get to as Sean Kent starts this match off strong. Look at him right there by Kent. That double palm strike to the chest. Now, cravat neck breaker by Luke Swanson, who does stand currently unbeaten. I think he's either 6 or 7-0 in his CMV career. In 4 weeks' time, 4 weeks from tonight, will be the next opportunity to see the Genesis Superstars on pay-per-view with the 3rd annual Point Break, and the Elimination Chamber returns 2 Elimination Chamber matches. We know that in the main event, the Alpha World title will be defended, and as voted by you guys on a poll, the International title will also be defended. I've been told by General Manager Castlefave that qualifying matches will start on this next Genesis, the Fallout episode. So for either one of these superstars here, they would love to qualify for one of those chambers, especially Luke Swanson, who got that Anarchy title opportunity taken away from him for his suspension. Sean Kent, former Fusion Tag Team Champion, of course, the younger brother of Ryan Kent, a curb stomp right there. We know that Ryan Kent will be in action in 2 weeks' time, March the 4th for Dark Carnival. He takes on the Gargoyle of Destruction, Damien, in a #1 contenders match for the Undisputed Championship, going for a Uranagi sidestep. It was looking like there, but instead a couple of elbows, 3 elbows to be exact, by Swanson to the side of the head. And now a butterfly single knee backbreaker, the knee digging into the lower spine. Lifting reverse DDT now by Swanson, who is an expert striker and a deadly submission expert. Sean Kent, a very agile competitor, loves to take to the air, so definitely 2 styles clashing here. Misses that blockbuster horribly, still dealt a little bit of damage, I guess. So you can't call it a complete failure, but definitely was not what he was looking for. Now we get one of my favorite submission holds of all time, trapping Sean Kent's arm behind the knee there as he wrenches on the jaw. He's got this locked in tight. Can Kent escape? Wow, Luke Swanson actually releasing the hold. I guess he realized that Kent wasn't going to tap from it, but he couldn't escape either. Punch to the gut, guys, of course, coming up next after this. Brule. Oh, no, actually, that's the matchup. Up next. Oh, wait a minute. Small package driver. Only gets a 1 count for Swanson, though. Up next, actually, is Bob Luger and Matsuda Tanaka in action, guys. And what will it be? Will it be a Kiss My Foot match, an armbar match, or will Tanaka's RJPW television title be on the line? We will find out soon enough. These two not exactly taking advantage of the Falls Count Anywhere stipulation. Of course, there's still time to the apron. And like I said, Sean Kent throws caution to the wind numerous times in his matches. And that paid off right there with that knee just drilled right into Luke's temple. Lateral press in the middle of the ring, but only a 1 count. To come, though, Brule will be in action. The unbeaten Brett Angel and Dule Zaire going to face their biggest challenge yet against which pair of former tag team champions? The Mexican Militia, the Nice Guys, or the Megastars in a 2 out of 3 falls tornado tag team matchup. Swanson escaping that power bomb and drilling Sean Kent head first into the canvas with that float over DDT, rolls to the outside, and here's where the rule is going to kick in. There are no countouts. They can stay out here for as long as they want, and they can finish out here. You see Poe following them in case the pinfall goes down. Wants to make sure he's out of the way, though. Doesn't get hit with something, some stray elbow or punch or something. Michinoku driver, vintage match editor here in CMV, but Shawn does not go for the pin. Instead, slits his throat. Perhaps calling for the end, and a true curb stomp right here. Concrete that lies beneath just might crack the skull of Luke Swanson. Shawn back into the ring to take a breather here. Swanson wasting no time trying to get back up to his feet. Now look at Ken. I don't know, he's acting strange right now. He's in control, but he's acting like he's not. And now a teardrop suplex, the distraction. The distracting himself allows Luke to grab the opening. Now a stomp to the elbow, trying to wear down the joints for his octopus stretch submission hold, which he has finished most of his matches off with. Through the ropes now, though. Forearm smashes repeatedly to the upper back again and again. Now double knee backstabber. And that is one of the most grotesque looking maneuvers, I think, in wrestling, just to dig your knees into the back of your opponent. Ken may have been trying for that combination of his. Swanson having none of it. And now we're going to get the butterfly suplexes, 2 in a row, and then the face buster, the combination we come to expect from Swanson, usually plays as a prelude to that octopus stretch of Swanson's. Slamming the knee down onto the mat. Irish whip out onto the apron and a shoulder thrust. Gonna deliver control back to Shawn Kent as he laughs at Luke Swanson, mocking his opponent here. The matchup far from over. I don't know if that's so smart. Luke Swanson might not exactly be the best guy on the mic, and then, you know, when you're questioning him or during interviews, he stumbles a lot over his words, but there's a reason he was signed to CMV and Genesis in particular with a big old bonus. Big star on the independent scene. Ken get fucking slammed head first into that apron. Luke Swanson perhaps letting the aggression take him over right now. Hook to the jaw. And what the hell is this? Guys, Russian leg sweep. And he's going to set Ken up. There it is. Yes, abdominal stretch. Abdominal stretch is locked in on Shawn Kent. It's falls count anywhere. And Ken taps. It's over. Shawn Kent forced to submit. Luke Swanson remains unbeaten and gets his payback. Luke Swanson forcing Shawn Kent to submit with that modified abdominal stretch. And exactly like I said, Shawn Kent decided to mock and laugh at Luke Swanson. And that was the turning point. It was a competitive matchup for the most part, but Kent really dug his own grave. We're not even going to get a good replay of the submission. Utilizing the falls count anywhere rule. There you see Poe ringing the bell after Shawn Kent taps. Luke Swanson remains undefeated. And you know he's going to be looking for a spot in one of those elimination chambers next month. All right, here we go, my friends. The action continues, our second bout of the main card, and Bob Luger takes on Matsuda Tanaka. As voted by you, the fans, it is going to be for the RJPW Television Championship. You beating out a Kiss My Foot match and an armbar matchup. Apparently, the CMV Universe wants to see Luger take his shot at trying to take that gold from around Tanaka's waist. Of course, that championship that gives Tanaka immense respect in his home country of Japan, of course, and the company of RJPW came over here to CMV as a part of the business deal between RJPW and CMV. And for him to lose the championship to an American, and especially to someone like Bob Luger, that would just see Matsuda Tanaka surely shamed. And that's exactly what Luger would love to happen. But in order to see that future come to fruition, Luger has to defeat Tanaka, something that nobody has been able to do to date. And 3 times Tanaka has beaten Bob Luger, once one-on-one and twice in tag team matches. Of course, most recently, a couple of nights ago on Genesis. But here he comes, the work ethic titan, the cardio maniac, and the 2-time Alpha World Champion. In a tweet here from both Xander Slay and Randy Orton at the same time, hashtag break his arm. And that's what Luger has threatened to do for months now. I will break your arm, Matsuda. At the end of the day, you will kiss my foot. I will break your arm, and you will give me that championship. And Luger says if he wins the title, he's not going to keep it for himself. He's going to melt it down just to get as much disrespect out of this situation as he possibly can. But again, in order to do so, he has to either pin or submit the Dragon Slayer, which Luger himself has tried 3 times to do and has not seen success. But here at CyberSlam, the 3rd annual CMV CyberSlam, perhaps it will be his night. This time last year at CyberSlam 2, Bob Luger was actually fighting Furious Frank, remember, in a qualifying matchup to see who would go on later on in the night to fight Tim LaFave for the Alpha World Championship. Would be Frank who would get the win. But now here he comes, Bob Luger, pacing back and forth in the ring as the Ultimate One looks to get into his head just one last time. Here's a tweet, guys, from Flash. He says, I'm at home watching CyberSlam 3, and I gotta say, at Bob Luger sucks dick. Some harsh words there from Flashy. What a hard line, as there he is, the Ultimate One, Matsuda Tanaka, with the RJPW Television Championship around his waist. A championship that, like I said, he has held for, I think he's the longest reigning RJPW Television Champion of all time, a former RJPW Junior Heavyweight Champion and Tag Team Champion as well. Tanaka, one of the most widely respected members of the RJPW roster in all of Japan. But with a loss here, he would be shamed. And that's something that Tanaka can simply not allow. In his 3 months in CMB, Matsuda Tanaka has gotten the support of every last fan in the universe. Look at everybody up on their feet. That's not for Bob Luger. Bob Luger not looking at all impressed with Matsuda Tanaka's theatrics here. The rest of Click in action later on tonight. Xander Slate and Randy Orton defending their World Tag Team titles against Resistance members Mark Cantel and Pierre Thompson. But right now we find out if Bob Luger will hashtag break his arm and become the new RJPW television champion. The last time these two fought one-on-one, it was highly competitive, and it took every single last ounce from Tanaka to keep down Luger for the 3 count. Look at the fans. They're like an army behind Tanaka. Bob Luger not even showing Tanaka just a pinch of respect by giving him the ring. So here we go. The RJPW television champion being defended on CMV turf. This is history in the making here. And this was voted by you guys, the fans, and might I add, it was far ahead too. There he is, the challenger. One of the greatest, whether you want to admit it tonight or not, to lace up a pair of boots and step into a CMV ring. Second generation superstar Bob Luger is ready to go as the Ultimate One, the Dragon Slayer. One of the most highly respected superstars to come out of Japan. The unbeaten Matsuda Tanaka with a roar that echoes throughout the arena here. What is up, Project, my friend? If you want to join CMV, all you have to do is hit !join, which Topher did for you there, and you get a link to our website, cmvwrestling.com. All you got to do is join that. It takes just about 2 minutes or less. !CMV will also let you know a little bit more about us as Poe holds the gold up high for everybody to see. Bob Luger, Matsuda Tanaka, CyberSlam 3 for the championship. Rings the bell, and here we go. Luger kicks things off strong with a float over neck breaker. Tanaka rises in agony, not given any time, though, to try and recuperate. Luger with the hook to the jaw. Irish whip, though. Tanaka now clotheslines Luger right out of the ring. There you go, Bobby boy. That'll wake you up if you weren't 100% already. Back into the ring, Tanaka not going to take the risk of winning or losing by count out. Wants to drive his knee right into the face of Bob Luger. Tanaka saying himself this past Genesis in an interview that Bob Luger's not a man. He's nobody that deserves to hold the RJPW television championship, and he's going to make sure that that never happens. Nice mini phenomenal forearm. And Luger already dazed and confused as he uses the ropes to get himself back up to a vertical base. And clothesline out of the ring again. Tanaka just manhandling the work ethic titan. Yeah, we have been running since 2K15, Project. Again, if you go on our website, there's actually a history book section where you can go over everything that's ever happened in CMV. Championship changes, you know, King of the Rings, Money in the Bank, all that kind of good stuff. Call-oriented, as you can tell. Bob Luger trying to get the upper hand. Not going to last for very long, though. Couple of elbows digging into the jaw. And a count of 5. What a discus clothesline by Bob Luger. And Luger does not want this ending by count out, mind you, because he won't win the championship that way. It's going to end by count out, isn't it? Come on, we got to restart it if that happens. We can't have this big match going to a count out. Cass wouldn't allow that. Yeah, fuck that. Not happening. No. Nah, not happening. Already had it happen once tonight, I let it slide. We're not doing that. Castle Faves ordering Poe to restart this. It's not going down that way. They get back in the ring, return to their corners, and Poe's gonna ring the bell. As Tanaka again looks to start strong, but Luger's having none of it. Indeed they are. I appreciate it. I love it. Power bomb and then an elbow drop across the chest. Luger's got to be careful. If that happens again, I don't think Cass is going to call for the match to restart once more. Luger just nearly cost himself an opportunity to take that title. Luger now with a German suplex. Oh, no counter by Tanaka into a takedown. Kick to the gut. And a pump handle set up here by the RJPW television champion into a, I don't even know what you want to call that. It's up to you, because I have no idea. Just throwing him overhead, basically. Whoa! Yeah, for Chris Andrews, it's not going to be a legit way to win tonight, though, because he can't retain by a count out in the triple threat matches, but a Phoenix, wow, that landed horribly. That was a botch if I've ever seen one. I think Tanaka hurt himself more than he did to Luger. That was like a Phoenix splash headbutt. Going for a deep rounds with a snap German suplex, and Luger with those German suplexes so vicious. Second generation superstar, of course, the son of the legendary Lex Luger, and you'll see a lot of Lex in Bob. Very, very strong, and some classic wrestling too. A lot of suplexes, a lot of slams, power bombs. Bob Luger wearing down Tanaka there with a gator roll into a crossface. Now a figure four, a head scissor. This is not where Tanaka wants to stay. Bob Luger, though, knows that if he has Tanaka grounded, he's going to be in control, because Tanaka very, very wily with his unorthodox offense and a really nasty striker. So if he's down like this here, he's not going to be able to defeat Luger. And look at this, Bob just having his way with the RJPW television champion, repeatedly thrown overhead. Tanaka's finally had enough, hammering away at the thighs. Charlie horse, and Luger has to release the hold. Are you excited for Brock Lesnar and CMV, though, Bateman? Are you going to be a big fan? The base overall is 90, but it will change depending on storylines, etc. You can go up and down. But, yeah, we asked people to upload at an overall of 90. All the rules are on our website in the rules section, like a, what's the word I'm looking for? An in-depth rundown of the cans and what have you. Escaping from a head scissors right there. Now Luger, what looks like a suplex, dropped into a neck breaker. And that's just a peek at how dangerous Bob Luger could be. Too sweet, already feel like he has this in the bag. And the time he wastes to taunt, though, Tanaka back to his feet. Now hung out to dry on the second rope. Tanaka with the quickness to escape that. Now Luger getting lost in the woods. A little bit of eat defeat. These two not even leaving the ring now. Don't want to risk another count out. Half Boston Crab. That'll be an immediate rope break. This is a completely normal matchup. Tanaka could retain on a count out or disqualification. He has the champion's advantage, but Cass, and I don't think Tanaka or Luger want that, as the match was restarted, of course. Saw Luger there. The viciousness in his eyes, the bad blood between these two is boiling over. Locks in that submission, doesn't keep it in for very long, though. Snapmare now Tanaka into the pin, and only a 1 count. Repeated kicks to the spine over and over, and you see Luger just in complete pain. Oh, and it seems like Tanaka has found a new target. Now the knee down to the kidneys, that back is absolutely getting hammered in like some fucking meat, like a hammering away at it, trying to tenderize. Now drops down behind, back suplex inbound, nice reversal by the Ultimate One. And I think most definitely the most dangerous maneuver at Matsuda Tanaka's fingertips is that knee strike of his that can come out of nowhere that Bob Luger has felt the sting of on many occasions, perhaps more than anybody else. Look at these kicks to the chest. You do not want to get into a brawl with Matsuda Tanaka. Now a German suplex showing Luger how it's done, baby. Making sure there's no rope breaks as now Tanaka hooks the leg. Poe in a position, only a 1 count. Big kick to the spine. Luger's finally had enough. Fights through the agony, and look at this! Used to pay homage to his friend Tim, now it's in disrespect! The Coney Island Cyclone! 1, 2, Just a 2 count. Mere milliseconds away, and now Luger wastes no time, knows he has it in the bag. Luger landing. I think that might be the first time he's ever actually hit it on Tanaka into the pin. Uno, dos, no tres, Topher, no tres. And Luger seems beside himself, dumbfounded, shocked. So close, but so far away. Now Luger shows off his 18-inch python, showing the second turnbuckle, takes a plunge, missile dropkick. You won't see Luger go for maneuvers like that very often, and that's why. What up, Voodoo? Yeah, I guess it is the F5 now that Brock Lesnar's back in CMV. He ain't gonna have no Coney Island Cyclones flying around. Tanaka shooting for something there, but Luger able to see it coming. These two guys know each other like the back of their hands at this point. No, don't tell me Luger, the dirty, dirty heel. Feet on the middle rope, and Poe doesn't see it. Gonna try to steal it like a thief in the night, but only a 2 count. Matsuda's not having it, and Luger's pissed. Irish whip into the corner. Luger slowly but surely approaches, looking to put Tanaka up high. That's not a place he wants to be. What the hell is this? Luger with a muscle buster! Whoa, that's a career-threatening move. You hit that the wrong way, you land on that the wrong way. It is game over. Now back to the gator roll, then into a crossface. Not looking to tap Tanaka out here, more trying to make sure that Luger stays in control and that Tanaka stays down. And a tweet here, guys, from Ryan Kent says, watching my brother get beaten by a mindless druggie just shows the state of Genesis. I hope my brother makes the right decision soon. To the outside goes Tanaka, once again dispatching Luger. Only long enough to throw him back in. Now a close fist to the chest and a boot to the side of the head. An interesting tweet there by Ryan Kent. What's he say? I think he's trying to hit that Sean Kent hopping over to Fusion. The first time the Kent brothers ever be on the same show. Look at that back elbow at Tanaka. And now the pop-up double boots. Luger busted wide open. If this was first blood like it was between RGP and Skarsgård earlier tonight, we'd have a new, and rather RGP would still be the RJPW television champion, and goes for that knee strike, but Luger sees it coming. And there's a tiger suplex with a beautiful bridge on his tippy toes. But just the 2 count. I don't know what the hell Bob was going for there. Looks like he tried to slap Tanaka or something, and that was not the road he wanted to go down. Samoan driver hooking the leg for the pin to it. You see Luger trying to kick out to get a rope break, but able to survive on his own. 2.999 though, and Tanaka to the corner. Closing in, Luger to his knees and a boot down the gullet. What a sharp super kick. The blood trickling down Luger's face, just under that beach blonde hair, looking like he's in La La Land on those spaghetti legs. Tanaka's like a shark in the water. He smells the blood right now. That pump handle just tossing him up into the air with no care in the world for how he lands. Goes for the jumping cutter, but Luger slid it. Wrong time to taunt, my friend. And a stiff kick right to the face. 1, 2. Oh, nearly the 3 count as well. Luger just about pretty much said, here, beat me. And that was another harsh kick to the side of the head. My fucking God. Overhand punch connects. Now another German suplex. Oh, not just 1. 2. Taking him to Suplex City. I don't know if Tanaka's going to return from it. The way he landed on that third one. Lateral press here by Bobby Boy. That's a desperation pin at this point. You saw how he held his hand right into Tanaka's mouth. Almost like, you stay down, motherfucker. But Tanaka's having none of it. That arm gonna snap like a twig. If anybody's getting their arm broken, it might be Bob Luger. Oh, and there's that leg twitching. It needs to meet the face of Luger, and it does. Wild kid shots in the way Luger lands. Look at his face. 1, 2, 3, and Matsuda Tanaka is still the RJPW television champion and still unbeaten. That knee at the end was disgusting. I hope we get a replay because the way Luger landed on that, nobody was kicking out. Bob Luger tried to use every dirty trick he possibly could to see himself victorious, but once more he falls at the knee of Matsuda Tanaka. I really hope we get a replay of that. Oh, we're not going to. Luger, though, donning that proverbial crimson mask, gushing blood. He's going to need some stitches. As the Ultimate One is still in possession of his RJPW TV title, and more than that, still in possession of the respect from Japan and his peers. And here we go, my fine feathered friends. Just changing accents halfway through, you know. But, oh, what is this? Oh, always having hair in my mouth, son of a bitch. But it is some more tag team action. Actually, the next 2 matches, some tag team bouts. So if you're a big tag team fan, then you're in for a treat. As up first, it is the team of Bright Angel and Doulazier Brule, as they have been christened, not wanting to be called that, but that's what the fans and pretty much everybody now is going to refer to them as. And it was up to you, the CM Universe, to decide which pair of former tag team champions was going to return to take them on and challenge their unbeaten streak, currently sitting at 4-0. You could choose between the Mexican Militia, 2-time tag team champions, the Nice Guys, the first ever CMV tag team champions, or the Megastars, who of course were selected, as you can see here, 2 Hall of Famers, 2-time tag team champions. Their resumes put together goes a mile long. Paul Anderson makes his CMV return, and of course with Dave Turner. This is going to be a good one. I think the reason I am so excited is we all know of the beef that Brett Angel and Dave Turner had last season. For months and months and months. They were at each other's throats. Brett Angel taking advantage of Turner nearly snapping a couple of times on Angel. And now we are finally going to get to see them in the ring together. Brett Angel and Doulazier, since forming, have been absolutely unstoppable in the Genesis Tag Team division. But Castle Fave throwing them a true test here at CyberSlam 3. Didn't matter if it was any of the teams chosen. This is a pinnacle point in the tag team career of Brule. And of course, deciding the match type, these two putting their minds together to give us the first ever 2 out of 3 falls tornado tag team match, which means that all 4 of these superstars are going to be active at the same time. No countouts, no disqualifications. The only way to win is by pinfall or submission. Oh, man, I'm excited for this, though. The Mega Stars back together. We haven't seen Anderson and CMV in nearly a year. And we haven't seen Turner since Validation when he lost to John Reed. But they are both back, baby. Two CMV Hall of Famers together. Two-time tag team champions. Their accolades alone will have me sitting here talking for an hour. Two of the best ever step foot in a CMV ring. Vote, and it was a close race. Surprisingly, the Mexican Militia got a lot of votes. They were in the lead for a while, but the Megastars made a big comeback like the last day in order to get voted in here. And they are ready to go. Brule, Megastars, 2 out of 3 falls. Tornado tag team matchup. How great is it to have Paul Anderson back in the ring again? You know, CyberSlam last year, Paul Anderson actually main event. Or was that the CyberSlam before that? Was it the first CyberSlam? I think it was. No, it was actually the first CyberSlam, the first annual CyberSlam that Paul Anderson main evented, fighting Troy Voodoo for the Undisputed Championship. You got Brett Angel, of course, going right after Dave Turner. I mean, the animosity between these two last season could quite literally be cut with a knife. We never got to see them actually take it out, though. You know, put things to a rest between them in the ring. Now we are getting that. Meanwhile, Brule gonna catch up Paul Anderson, pulling him back into a single knee. Punch to the gut there by Angel. The 4-time unmatched world champion going at it with the 3-time undisputed champion. Jawbreaker. I don't know if you saw it or not, but during the pre-show, Brock Lesnar made his return and assisting RGP to win the Rising Star title. When was the last time? We were trying to figure it out. I don't remember the last time Lesnar was on Unmatched. It was like a year, hasn't it? That was certainly quite the shock. As we get a stiff kick to the lower spine there of Dave Turner. Popped up the one with an arm drag. Paul Anderson, we all know that he's got that cheeky super kick that can come out of nowhere. German suplex by Turner there to Angel. And certainly Dave Turner's we only haven't seen him in a month since Validation where he lost to John Reed. So you know there's not going to be ring rust on him as Brule saves his partner from that stretch muffler at the hands of Dave. But we haven't seen Anderson since last year's Royal Rumble, which is nearly a year. It's interesting to see how he's handling himself as now he pounces on top of Angel. Jeez, I feel like that was actually like 2 years ago. Lateral press. Turner now. Coming up from behind on Brule. Brule trying to fight Chris Benoit's ghost here, though. Forearm smash to the back of the head. Catches the kick there, does Paul Anderson. Attempted but thwarted. And now into a half crab. Remember, this is 2 out of 3 falls as well. First team to 2 falls, either by pin or submission, will be victorious here. We saw Ortiz and Scott earlier on the pre-show. They defeated Vintage to go to 5-0. Now let's see if Brule can match them. Remain unbeaten too. Brule flicking his fingers through his hair before dropping that big elbow. Seems like he's a bit miffed. Rolling neck snap now as Angel works on the shoulder here of Paul Anderson. That shoulder claw of doom into the pinfall, making sure to hook that leg. Poe into position. Thought we might have a point up on the board, but no, instead. Pay attention to Dule Zaire in the corner. That mat slam, now a split-legged moonsault. And then just going to stare at Turner, I guess, pinning him with his eyes. Hook to the jaw. Oh, Zaire! Regal Plex! And Angel going to make sure that Anderson does not break up the pinfall attempt if Zaire going to pin him. Hello? No? Oh, but a pounce going to send Anderson flying across the damn ring. Now Zaire makes the pin. I guess he was waiting to make sure that Anderson was down. Will this be a point on the board? No, will not. Too much time wasted. You can see the footwork of Angel right there, though. Former boxer. You know he's got it. But look at Angel as Zaire laughs. The outcast. Vintage Angel with the small package driver. Hooks the leg. 1, 2. No. What? Of course, that one and only heart of Dave Turner's refusing to give up a point here to Brule. Ooh, what a counter by Zaire, though, with that DDT. I think Anderson might have been going for his spine buster. Two things you don't want to get hit by from Paul Anderson. That spine buster of his, and of course, the super kick. Now that you have joined the forums, my friend, all you have to do is upload your call with hashtag CMV, and I will download them when I get the chance. We are Xbox One, by the way. I hope that you knew that before you went through all the effort. But, man, Dave Turner and Paul Anderson have completely turned the tides. Look at Anderson with the snap power slam, and meanwhile, Turner going to go for the psycho driver. But Angel with a rake in the eyes. Dirty heel Angel. And now, Turner caught up a second time. Small package driver. Anderson distracted with Dule. Does not see the pin. Can he get up in time to save Dave? 1, 2, 3. No, he cannot. Brule get the first point, and now they are up on the scoreboard. Now the Megastar's got to go into overdrive to try to tie things up, as Dave looks to do here. Making the pin on Zaire, but just a 1 count. Head scissors looking to unload some nasty elbows as Brett Angel gets a jumping cutter deflected by Anderson, but from behind. Seatbelt suplex landed right on top of Dule. And Dave up to the second turnbuckle. That is, Dave he was far from a high flyer in his youth. Now up the second turnbuckle, double axe handle does not pay off for him. Zaire with a shin breaker into a back suplex. Pinfall attempt, guys. Dule might have it won. Just one more pin or submission by either Angel or Zaire. We'll see them victorious here over the Megastars, but a super kick out of nowhere. Vintage Anderson into the pin. 1, 2. No, nearly tying it up, but not quite enough. And Zaire laughing at Angel, I think. I guess he found it funny that Angel nearly got pinned there. Having a little bit of a giggle as Angel showing off his power with that fireman's carry. Side slam into the pin too. Could he steal the second point? But no, Turner breaking up the pin and taking out Dule all in one. See Paul Anderson, that veteran instinct to roar to the apron, doesn't really gonna help him out because there's no countouts or disqualifications. Trying to just rest up a bit though. Dule trying to get back to his feet too. And Vintage Angel once more got that $1 million dream cinched in. A Russian leg sweep to follow through. And Anderson working on Zaire's legs, and instead of trying to help out his tag team partner and friend, Angel's going to taunt to the CMV universe here. On their feet, of course, really split down the middle. How could you choose a favorite between these two teams? Paul Anderson just watching as Zaire struggles to get himself back up to a vertical base. This is a last call by Turner. Now Anderson going to shoot in for the kill. Shoulder thrust Zaire down to the outside like a sack of stones. Meanwhile, in the ring, Turner, but Anderson, what the hell is Anderson looking for off the apron? Oh, just ran the complete opposite way, psyching us all out. Vintage, the dirty, dirty heel, getting us all psyched up for something as Turner completes the Three Amigos with that vertical suplex, and now wants to tie things up. But look at this, guys. It's falls count anywhere. Lateral press. But Justin Tucson actually forgot about the falls count anywhere aspect. But look at in the ring. Psycho driver. Davey Boy going to tie it up. Oh, double pin. What's going to happen here? Brule releases his hold, and Angel with enough time to kick out. You can send them on a whisper here. Or, wait a minute, Angel with a chokeslam powerbomb. 1, 2, but just a 2 count. You can send them a whisper on here, or you can check out our Twitter, or you can send me a PM on the website. Zaire with a spinning side slam to Anderson on the outside. If that's not enough to keep down Paul, then that small package driver on the inside will be enough. But no, the side slam does do it. Brule 2-0. Get the victory over the Megastars, laying them both out at the end there. The Megastars put up one hell of an effort, but simply no match for the new era. Brad Angel and Douglas Zaire remain unbeaten, 5-0 now. And with this colossal victory here at CyberSlam, this could catapult them right towards a World Tag Team title match opportunity. But what a great W that was for Brule, guys. And it was excellent to see the Megastars back together, too. I loved every second of that matchup. But from one tag team bout to another, and this one, the grandest prize in the tag team division is on the line, the CMV World Tag Team titles. Earlier tonight, Bob Luger didn't do so great. Not too hot. Once again, falling at the hands of Matsuda Tanaka. But let's see if his good brothers, his boys, Randy Borton and Xander Slade, can keep them straps as they defend against Pierre Thompson and Marketel, who have had their number all month long. Thompson and Marketel knocking off Click in a non-title match at the top of the month. And then, of course, Marketel defeating Slate in singles action just a couple of days ago. Marketel actually pinned Borton to win that 6-man tag team match. So all of the momentum is riding on the shoulders of the big dog and the big red machine. But can they be victorious in the big one when it matters and win themselves that tag team goal? But more importantly, I think just take them away from Borton and Slate. After this, guys, we get into our tertiary main event. It is the Anarchy title on the line. John Reed, Alistair Knox, and Chris Andrews. And then, of course, in our co-main event, the International Championship up for grabs. Who will join Knox and Andrews in that one? And in our main event, hopefully Elijah Stewart has rested and prepared as much as he possibly can as he steps up to the fresh Russian ogre, Guri Sukhanov, while he himself probably isn't even at 50% after what Click has put him through this month. But you know, Stewart had to love what happened to Luger earlier tonight. Would certainly cheer him up even a bit more to see Borton and Slate fall right here. Yes, this is elimination. Of course, the CM Universe could vote on what match type this would be. Either elimination steel cage or Iron Man. And elimination was indeed chosen. So that means that both members of one of these teams have to be eliminated either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification before we see who walks out with the gold. And there, of course, is prime time, baby. The big dog. Former international champion Pierre Thompson. This time last year here at CyberSlam, guys. It's always beautiful how history comes together. This is exactly where CyberSlam 2 Slate beat Pierre Thompson in a 3 stages of a hell match to kick him off of Fusion. It was a loser leaves Fusion match. And how good would it feel for Thompson a full year later to take the World Tag Team titles from his arch rival? Pierre Thompson with the light shining bright exactly where he feels most at home. Can he really stick it to Click here? In order to do so, he's going to have to work together with Markintel. And they did so at the top of the month to beat Click in a non-title match. Well, like I said, here on a pay-per-view for the titles, it's a different situation. Emotions are high. We'll just have to wait and see. And speaking of the big red machine, the one and only spawn of Satan himself, the Hellhound. Ladies and gentlemen, CMV veteran and former Anarchy champion Markintel had his ass kicked up and down by Click for months, and finally something snapped. I don't know if he went to Zach Payne's training camp. I don't know if he started a new diet. I don't know what he did, but this past month, it has been all Markintel. Score, 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 one after the other, getting up over Click. The true Dark Lord gonna light things up here in the arena. I think him and Pierre actually have the same jacket on. The same style jacket. Maybe a little bit of plan in between them. Of course, Markintel donning his Bane tribute attire. No flashy looks. Gonna win them the gold. It's that in-ring ability, which they both have. Can they put it together to thwart Xander Slate and Randy Orton? Been the CMV World Tag Team Champions for 3.5 months. This has been far from a great month, though, for Click. Can they try to bounce back from their numerous losses and Luger's defeat earlier in the show to at least keep the World Tag Team titles with them? The Genesis Tag Team division is undoubtedly heating up big time, especially with Ortiz and Scott and Brule both going to 5-0, remaining unbeaten tonight. No matter which of these teams walks out of CYBERSLAM with the titles, they have got big time competition zoning in on them. You see Pierre, I don't know who he's talking to. Markintel's talking to the steel post, and I don't know, Pierre's arguing with Chris Benoit's ghost, I guess. A couple of last second pointers. But here we go. The CMV World Tag Team titles are what is on the line here, and this is an elimination matchup. Both members of one team have to be eliminated either by pinfall, submission, countout, or disqualification. In this type of scenario, Slate and Orton don't really have a champion's advantage. I mean, unless they eliminate both Markintel and Pierre by countout. And there you see Markintel and Pierre looking at each other almost like, yeah, let's come on, we can get through this. We might not like each other, but for the titles and for the opportunity to take down Click a Peg, it'll be worth it. As they stare across at the OG Dirty Hill. And by his side, the Moo Moo Man. Individually, two of the most decorated superstars in CMV's history, but together, they form one hell of a team. I mean, they've been tag team partners off and on pretty much their entire careers. Now look at that. They are certainly amped up, even getting a little bit of support, it seems, from the fans here in Los Angeles, California, in the Staples Center. And a tweet here, guys, from Joshua just before the match is about to start simply says, "Kill them, hashtag resist." Well, here we go. It's Pierre Thompson. It's Randy Orton starting things off. Poe gonna ring that bell. Here we go. Closing in on each other, and Pierre gonna kick things off with the snap suplex. Stomp to the face to follow through now. Looks to lift the Milkman up to a vertical base. Morton says, don't need your help. Arm drag brings him right down. Grabs him by the dreads. Scoop slam attempt. Drops down behind. Reverse DDT early on. Feeling each other out. Tip for tap. Back and forth. Let's see who gets the advantage pushing forward, though. Big Dog with a front headlock. I guess just making Morton smell his pits. There we go. Stiff European uppercut. That'll make you go crying home to your mama. Now a forward Russian leg sweep. These are some heavy shots being pulled off by Thompson right now. Borton looking to turn the tides with a back body drop. Now a stomp down onto the arm. Pierre Thompson getting face first. Introduction to the canvas. Maybe even chipping a tooth. Those pearly whites. That freaking arm wrench. Take Borton down. Now on the shoulders of Prime Time. Hung up to dry on that top rope. That does not look fun. Something I hope I never experience. Fireman's carry, though. Borton able to make the reversal now. Try to take the driver's seat for himself. Half and half suplex by the Milkman. Oh, hot tag, though. Whew, Borton saw that. Was like, not so fast. Irish whip over to the corner of Click. Maybe looking to make an early tag to Slate, which he does. And here comes the show. What the fuck do we got here? Oh, Slate! Oh my God! I think I heard the crack from over here at the announce table, and Slate, look at that, immediately gonna take advantage into a lasso from El Paso, or execution. No, that's lasso from El Paso. Execution's a different type. But man, if I were Pierre, I'd be wanting to make the tag right about now after that. Tries to, but Slate not allowing it. Punch to the back of the head. Misses the grapple, though. A little bit of distance there. Gonna thwart. Yeah, Topher actually uploaded a new arena last night, but... Oh! Play of the day! Baby dog! Hooks the leg. 1, 2, but only a 2 count. Just like that in the blink of an eye. Things are not looking too hot for Click. Punch to the gut, gonna suck the air right up out of Thompson. Tries to close in and seal the deal, but taking overhead for a ride. Oh! Highlight! Thompson says, I got a place to be, I got a hot date. You see Borton distracting referee Poe, trying to give Slate some amount of time to kick out here. 1, 2, which he does. Thompson trying to go right back on the attack. Slate with an arm drag. Creates the opening for himself. Now the 2-time world heavyweight champion with a hellacious looking powerbomb. But a hot tag. Woo, just about to make that leap. I think Xander's light flashed before his eyes. And Slate with a heavy hitting STO. Gonna be feeling that. Waking up tomorrow. The question is, will Thompson wake up tomorrow? And will it be worth it? Will he be one half the World Tag Team Champions? Slate telling him to shut the fuck up as he pulls off that nasty spinning neck breaker. And now turn to the fans. Juking himself up a little bit, making sure he stays awake, making sure he's focused, trying for that tag, crawling. Desperate is Pierre Thompson. Hook to the jaw attempted. Deflected in a forearm smash. Tries for the takedown and still gets a knee to the face. And now Xander Slate. 1 year ago today, Xander defeated Thompson on this very pay-per-view. And he looks to do it again. Slate by Slate cinched in. Slate by Slate cinched in. Deeply locked in. Can Thompson escape? Trying to pry the hands of Slate off him, and he does. Slate refuses to let go, but has no choice. Thompson escapes, and now a fireman's carry flapjack. Not many people can say they have escaped that submission at the hands of Xander. Now Thompson can end a big ending by the Big Dog. And Thompson with his shoulders slumped. I think he's about to make a very wise decision and tagging in a Mercantile, who is nice and fresh, hasn't even been legal yet. The big man red machine had Xander's number a couple weeks ago, beat him one-on-one. Single knee down onto the kidneys, propping Slate up. Xander waiting for him though with an arm wrench, and Slate makes a similar wise tag to bring in the Milkman, and we know the history between these two. Marketell made his CMV debut nearly 4 years ago today against Randy Borton. Never since then, more often than not, Borton has had Marketell's number. Will the same be said for tonight? That knee dug right into the chest. You know, this time last year, Randy Borton was successfully defending the international championship. I can't even honestly recall what Marketell was doing, if he was even around CMV at that time, because I think he might have had a little bit of time off. Now Xander forced to watch from the apron as Marketell just digs into his good brother. Look at that power bomb, man. Oh, that's hurting me. I'm just getting that contact pain. Double boots to the chest. Marketell goes flying. And now Randy perhaps sees the opportunity in front of him. Not able to capitalize on it, though. Hero slam attempted. Nice counter by Borton into a go-home driver. Mwah, mwah, mwah. What a sequence that was. Borton rips his throat across. Or rips his thumb, I should say, across the throat, saying, "You will never get the better of me, Marketell." And here we go. Borton toe end. Straight into the pin. Shoots for the leg. 1, 2, but Marketell still relatively fresh, able to bite the bullet and kick out there. Now to the apron. Borton likes to take to the air. Sometimes I wouldn't call him a high flyer, but that phenomenal forearm looking to be picture perfect. If anything, I compliment Borton's striking. You know, we haven't seen a Sweet Moon music in a while. Maybe he'll pull one out here if he can. Currently in control, you see Pierre Thompson wildly begging for the tag. And remember, this is elimination, so even if Marketell gets eliminated, Pierre still has the chance, though the chances are small. And the same can be said for Click if Borton gets eliminated. Looking to bring Borton up to his feet. Oh, discus ya puncha! Taking a page out of a man he knows very well, the Bloody Bear, who we see up next. Now, oh my God, back suplex. Down onto the shoulders. I don't think Borton's going to walk the same again. Able to get to his feet, though, and a back body drop. Retakes control. And now Xander a second time with the go-home driver. And will Marketell be going home without the gold? Elimination inbound. No, Marketell kicks out. Soccer ball kick. The agony, you know, got to be shooting up and down the spine of Marketell. Now face first off the canvas, busted wide open. That's what Borton loves to see. The blood going to be trickling down the face there. Look at that. Gash looking nasty. Misses the kick, though, and that might be the downfall of Borton. Back suplex. What is Marketell thinking here? I don't even want to fathom what it's like to take a trip inside the head of the big red machine. Hot tag, though. Look at that in an instant. And here comes Thompson. A fire lit up under his ass. Woo, what a knee. Mamma mia. Borton with one hell of a sell. As now his back just gonna get planted into the mat with that play of the day. Pierre Thompson in a 1-on-2 situation. Marketell down on the outside, but the big dog is used to this kind of stuff. He spent most of last season battling Rise all on his own. Not be able to get out of that vertical suplex, though. Face to face, ducks a clothesline, still gonna get it. There you see Marketell trying to rest up a little bit. You better get back on that apron, though, in case Pierre Thompson needs to make a desperate tag. Scoop slam, nope. Knee right to the ribs, and that's going to make it hard for Pierre to breathe. Borton going for some sort of cheeky jab. Pierre says, take this forearm instead. Nice, simple, but effective neck breaker. And now both men are down. Pierre beginning to stir. Gonna try to get over to the ropes, maybe to try to use them to get himself up. No, just spinning around. I don't know what he's doing here. There we go. Finally back to his feet. Xander wants that hot tag. Marcantel back on the apron, and Pierre denies it. Kick attempt. Borton moves out of the way. Those reflexes by the CMV veteran. Back suplex into a bridge. Would that be enough to get the elimination? Nearly is, but not quite. Borton seems a bit shocked about that as he turns to the CMV universe, lets out a roar, screaming into their faces. Will tonight be too sweet for Slayton Borton? Or will we have new World Tag Team Champions? What, Uranagi side slam? Thought he had that hot tag. Oh, God. Suplex up in the air, but a knee down to the top of the head. And that's just an easy path to a concussion. Look at Borton saying, get the fuck out of here. Just flinging Pierre clear across the ring. And now the Milkman with some Bortoen, baby. Is prime time's time in this matchup up? Marcantel tries to make the save. Luckily, even though he failed, Pierre digging way down deep to make sure this matchup continues. But now Marcantel's been taken out. Slate gotta watch Poe's count. And Borton gonna drill the final nail in the coffin with a second Borto end. Hooks the leg, and that's gotta do it. 1, 2, 3, and Pierre Thompson has been eliminated. And now it is down to Marcantel. Handicap scenario against the Click. Marcantel has been on one hell of a goddamn roll this month, though. If anybody can do it, it's him. Can he push past the odds? Thompson eliminated, but Marcantel still in it. Throws Borton into the ring. The Milkman clamoring to get to his feet. Ball hammer out of nowhere. 1, 2. Oh, but there's the numbers game. Slate saves his good brother from elimination. Marcantel's pissed, but he can't really do anything about it. What a spine buster. Jeez Louise. Important out of nowhere. Tries for the hot tag again. Marcantel might have no chance here, but if he's going to go down, you know he's going to go down swinging. And again, you can't count him out. We've seen people come back from handicap scenarios before to win the whole thing. Marcantel's got to figure out how to handle Slate, though, from coming in and breaking up pins. Look at this now. Big Luke Swanson fan with the butterfly suplexes, then into the face buster. Poe making sure he doesn't get knocked out. Slate begging, almost yearning for that tag. Choke slam attempt countered by Borton into a complete shot. Beautiful reversal that was. Thompson has now headed to the back. He's got to hit the showers. Or I'm sure even before he does that, he's going to sit down in front of the monitor, praying, hoping that Marcantel can somehow get the job done. Knife edge chop. Knife edge chop again. Currently, the Milkman is having his way with the big red machine. And Borton with a sharpshooter! Sharpshooter locked in by Borton in the middle of the ring. Will Marcantel tap? Yes, he will! Click retain the World Tag Team titles. Borton pulling out one of them rare-ass sharpshooters to do the deed. And when it mattered most, Click retained and are still the World Tag Team Champions. Marcantel down to a handicap scenario. He gave his all. He fought tooth and nail. But it simply was not enough. The numbers game caught up to him. Slayton Borton still the World Tag Team Champions. Even though it wasn't Bob Luger's night, his good brothers make sure that Click don't leave completely empty-handed. Who is going to be able to knock Slayton Borton down? All right, my friends, it is tertiary main event time. And of course, the back-to-back triple threats coming your way. First up, it is the Anarchy Championship that will be on the line and a triple threat Anarchy Rules matchup. Of course, it has voted by you, the fans, out of Adam Valentine himself and Lance Martini. John Reed, not even almost close, just nearly unanimous it was to have John Reed be the third man in this matchup. Again, who will join Knox and Andrews and the elimination triple threat for the international title? We will find out. We will find out up next. And then, of course, our main event, Elijah Stewart and Gary Sukanov for the Alpha World Championship. The fallen angel, John Reed, my friends, being given this opportunity, but I assure you, he will not be thanking any of the fans, as this is no longer the vessel of John Reed, but instead something more sinister and evil. But with nearly 2.5 years of his life put into CMV, Reed has virtually nothing to show for it, has never held championship gold in this company. Will this finally be the night for John Reed? All he has to do is make one pinfall or one submission over either Knox or Andrews. And of course, this is a double threat for Andrews. Well, on the international title triple threat, we now know it will be elimination, so Britt will have to be pinned or submitted himself in order to lose this title. But here in this one, it's first pin to a finish, or first fall to a finish, I should say. So Knox could tap out Reed. Reed could pin Knox. Andrews won't even have to be involved in the decision to lose his title. Of course, Britt is the current double champion and won the Anarchy title back at Validation by defeating Alistair Knox. Of course, the international championship he's held for nearly 4 months, winning it back at Death Wish. And now we know that in 4 weeks' time, 4 weeks from tonight at Point Break, the next pay-per-view that the Genesis Superstars will be featured on, the international title will be defended inside of the Elimination Chamber. So whomever wins here, or in the next matchup rather, is certainly going to have their work cut out for them in their first defense. And then there's this man who, in his reign as Anarchy Champion, broke Chris Andrews' long-standing record for most defenses as Anarchy Champion and was about to break the Brits record for longest reigning Anarchy Champion of all time. But of course, Andrews put that to a halt himself. Now Knox wants to take back what he still feels is his. Alistair Knox, easily one of the most dangerous men, not just on the Genesis roster, but in all of CMV this season, with only 3 defeats, 2 of which came at the hands of Lance Martini, most recently this past Friday on Genesis in that great 2 out of 3 falls match. So Knox now heading into this with the greatest of momentum behind him. But with that absolutely devastating deep guillotine choke of his that he calls censorship, you can never count out Alistair Knox. Britt's gonna come out like, why everybody coming up to the floor? That'd be great. Should have given Britt that entrance to mock them. And this is Anarchy Rules, and regular triple threats, it's usually pretty much Anarchy Rules in that there's no countouts or no disqualifications, but in this particular situation, weapons have been loaded under the ring. Tables, sledgehammers, kendo sticks, anything you could imagine is at the fingertips of these 3 superstars. And now here he comes, the champion himself, the WWE, and only the 5th ever double champion in CMV history. And now, a record-setting 3-time Anarchy champion. You could say that he's tied with Borton, but technically Borton held the Hardcore title twice and the Anarchy championship once. But, I mean, really at the end of the day, they're the same championship, but if you want to be technical about it. We know the Bloody Brit never one to back down from a challenge. When Castle Fib announced these back-to-back triple threats, Britt said, yeah, fuck it, let's do it. Let's go. All right, here we go. Andrews walked into the Staples Center here in Los Angeles, California with 2 titles. Will he leave with them both? Or will he leave completely empty? So many situations could arise. He could leave still double champion. He could leave with just 1 or with neither. But that is what is up for grabs. The CMV Anarchy Championship, one of the longest standing titles in CMV history. John Reed voted him by you, the fans. Alistair Knox, the former champion, getting his rematch. And Chris Andrews, the champion. Here we go. Poe rings the bell, and they go right at it. Knox is going to take Reed out. Both... Well, actually, no. I was actually talking about it on Genesis how we've actually never seen John Reed and Chris Andrews go one-on-one. A singles matchup I'd love to see, but Knox has had John Reed's number twice this season. Seems like he wants to take the Fallen Angel out here to leave it down to he and Andrews, who he feels should just be going at it one-on-one, you know. Knox manhandling both men, though, having no problem. Now mounting Andrews, unloading with those right hands, and Britt not able to see that stomp to the gut coming. Got right through his defense. Big old clothesline. Knox, Reed nearly inadvertently putting Knox into a pin there on the Britt. Yeah, Chris Andrews gonna run in on the main event, become the Alpha World Champion. Let's just give Chris Andrews every championship in CMV, to be honest. Even the Vixens titles. Let's give him that Sheamus treatment from WWE 12, you know? Punch to the gut, though, by Alistair Knox. Looks like Britt's coming over to try to help out, or he was trying to, but Knox said, I ain't your friend. Another knee to the face, and Reed taken out. German suplex. And again, when it comes to our co-main event up next, the international title on the line, the winner of that is going to have to defend in just 4 weeks inside of the Elimination Chamber. It'll be only the 2nd time ever the international title has been defended inside of the chamber. There you see, Knox just had to catch a quick breath or something out here. Oh, and there comes Britt coming over to flip me off. I like you, Andrews. I always support you. Always flipping me off. What's the idea? I should just become a big Andrews hater. Then it would make sense. Up on the electric chair, just breaking up each other's moves at this point, though. You heard Britt wipe. What other way does it? What do you stand up to wipe? You're a freak, Borton. Weirdos in Canada. Here's Andrews, of course. Loving all things threes. The triple power bomb. Knox gonna close it on him with a hook to the jaw. Able to swoop from behind. And a punch to the back of the head, a couple of elbows. Stiff to the jaw, gonna set him free. This has not been a great matchup so far for John Reed. He's been getting his ass kicked. I don't know if he's even hitting a move yet. Andrews gonna roll all the way across the ring to the outside. Britt playing games in this matchup. Oh, and there goes Knox looking to retrieve one of those deadly weapons, but Reed gonna stop him from doing so. Instead, gonna throw him right into the apron. Short arm shoulder block, and there's Brett all the way on the other side of the ring telling Knox, come over here, bitch. Meet up with me. Let's throw down. Knox like, aye, fam. Drilling his knee right into Andrews' face. Those reflexes of Britt to recuperate in time to dodge that super kick, and now just letting him go midair. That suplex. Dropping like a sack of stones. Now here comes Reed like, what's up? Thrown back into the ring. Something that's never been done before in CMV. 2 back-to-back triple threats. Chris Andrews have to defend both of his championships. At least like a touchdown on the international title triple threat. He will have to be pin or submitted because it's elimination. Here, he does not have to be involved in the decision to lose his title. And that's happened to Britt before. Back at Ascendance 4, he lost the international title in a fatal 4-way without being pinned. There we go. John Reed finally with some offense. Butterfly suplex. Knox dropping down to the outside. Reed kind of like the silly little snake, just making his way through this matchup, letting Britt and Knox beat the hell out of each other. Snap suplex. What is Reed cooking up here? This would be huge for John Reed. This time last year at CyberSlam, I believe he was involved in a tag match. It was him and Bill Maverick versus Gray Matter. 2.5 years. Reed's career has spanned across CMV with nothing to show for it. I believe he tried for a spear there, but Andrews able to deflect it. Here comes Knox out of nowhere, back into the fray. Take it out! Reed it out! Alistair! This is how he knocked off. But wait, did he defeat? I don't know what I'm talking about. Censorship. Censorship is locked in, though. Nope. Britt not having it. Britt fired to the pain to become only the 3rd man to ever escape censorship. For some reason, I thought that Knox had beaten Britt back in Validation. I don't know what I was talking about. Get a little bit lost in translation. Woo, but a millisecond away. Britt nearly being forced to tap, but instead only the 3rd guy to ever escape from censorship. Now here comes Reed with a tour of the islands, or a tour of hell, as he would have it better be known as. And then walking right into the hands of Andrews for that wicked-looking German suplex, and I think he just flipped me off again. Because he didn't point down at John Reed. Whatever. You know what? I can't be a Britt supporter anymore. I actually hate Britt. At least now it'll make sense when he flips me off. Vintage Andrews inbound here, though. Clothesline, military press. Watch out, Knox. Body splash. And Britt is a big guy. He ain't no, little rag doll. I'll probably put him at 270, 280. And just jacked. Pure muscle. Able to escape that power bomb. Not able to protect against that back suplex. Now a German. John Reed still down, trying to collect himself as Knox has turned about right to a vertical suplex. Knox now looking to catch a breather, but in that time, Chris Andrews with a German suplex. Here we go. And a hellacious short arm clothesline. That'll do it, folks. 1, 2, only a 2 count. Knocks to his feet as he heard the ref's hand slapping the mat. What up, Vic? I don't think I've seen you yet. I don't know if you've been here. Revenge! Out of nowhere, but can't make the pin. Knocks from behind. Goes for a German. Alistair, though, throws him down. Horribly misses that punch attempt. Now he's going to pay for it. Andrews again with the release suplex. John Reed still over there, completely in La La Land, primed for a pin, but instead Andrews gonna try to knock off Knox. Nearly does, but only a 2 count. Andrews able to escape that waistlock. John Reed to his seat, gonna decide to taunt. Like, come on, that's all you motherfuckers got. I'm primed and ready for more, baby. Breaking up whatever Andrews attempted there. I think he just dodged the censorship too. Now Andrews looking up at the lights on the outside. This is where it can come into play that he doesn't even have to be involved in the decision to lose his title. Reed with a snap suplex into the pin. Can John do it? Can he finally become a champion? Only a 2 count. Alistair on one knee. John knows this is his opening. Britt is still down, but spear out of nowhere. Reed still has the opening. Oh my God. Andrews is up. 1, 2. No. My God. I thought Reed actually had it. I was actually pumped. And now Andrews like, let me try. Hook the leg as Reed plummets to the outside, but still only a 2 count. Knox with a punch up under the gut. Britt staggered, and Knox. Andrews able to escape this earlier in the match. I don't know if he can do it a second time. Can Reed save Andrews, or will Andrews tap before he can? No, Reed makes sure the match continues. And Alistair looks livid as he goes for the pin, but Reed is still right there to break it up. Now Knox tossed into the corner while Britt tries to catch his breath. What do we got here? A lawn dart, it looks like. Busted wide open is the fallen angel off of that. Face full of turnbuckle into the pin, hoping that Reed is stunned enough to reclaim the championship, but just a 2 count. Yeah, John Reed literally just in the nick of time saved Chris Andrews from tapping out there to censorship, and Andrews is still down. That took it completely out of him. And now Knox, just as John Reed closes it on him, Andrews beginning to stir. One-on-one matchup right now as Alistair's down on the outside. What the fuck is Reed doing here? What is he concocting? Oh, snake eyes on the top turnbuckle, and Andrews looking like a spaghetti noodle. Here comes that brawling aspect of Britt. Oh, what a discus clothesline. And to think that Knox and Chris Andrews, they still have another triple threat match to go through with a different opponent up next. John Reed, win or lose, he gets to head backstage and take a shower, cool off. Britt, Knox, nope, their night will be far from over. Knox, oh, Spinner-Rooney. That was exactly the perfect time to do that. Yep, no doubt. There wouldn't have been a better time. Oh, censorship! Censorship locked in by Knox. Britt, wake up! There we go, sliding clothesline. Damn, 3 times Knox has been close to victory in this matchup. 3 times. He has been thwarted. Now a bit of boot camp about to be delivered. Andrews clutching big time to escape there with a trio of elbows. Knox completely out of it, and a belly-to-belly. Nearly toss him out of the ring over here under the announce table. Will that be enough to keep the championship with the Bloody Britt? Nope, just a 2 count. This time last year at CyberSlam 2, Chris Andrews was defending the Anarchy Championship successfully against Parker. And then in the main event of that same event, he challenged Justin Sane for the World Championship. Unfortunately, he was not very successful in that endeavor, but Knox may be here. Only a 2 count, though. Forearm smash. Spear! Oh my God, a second time! Andrews is down. That came out of nowhere. Reed, 2.5 years, looking to finally capture gold! Holy shit, you gotta be kidding me. Poor Reed, he's coming so close. Trying to stay in the driver's seat, though, as Andrews has rejoined the fight. Taking him out with that Uranagi mining elbow drop. Into the pin, the fallen angel. Hoping, praying now. Constant pin attempts. Just a second away each time. Man, John Reed, there's so many close calls in this. I'm getting so hyped every time Reed hits a spear. Look at that aggressive pin on Britt after Andrews is busted wide open. Looked like Knox was almost trying to lure Reed away from Andrews. Now take it down with that snap suplex. And this really does not bode well for Andrews now that he's cut. Leaking blood from his forehead. Because he's still got to defend his international championship right up next in our co-main event. Reed, pin. Desperation now seeking in. Andrews back to his feet, forearm smash. Gonna rock him, ducks a clothesline, gets hit with it anyway though. Knox in his seated position. Trying to recuperate, and he does, starting to get up. Just in time to see Reed hit the Tour of Hell. Into the pin, middle of the ring. Can Knox break it up in time? Yes, he can. Deflecting a punch, man. Reed. Third time, come on. That's gotta be it. 1, 2, 3. John Reed has done it. Reed. 2.5 years. The Fallen Angel is the new CMV Anarchy Champion after a third spear on Alistair Knox. Holy shit. Reed did it. That matchup really did not start off great for him. He got his ass kicked by both Knox and Andrews. But he fought through the pain. And after a third spear, John Reed has finally done it. Is finally a champion. Bloodied, bruised and all. What a war that was. And the celebration, something tells me, gonna be going on late into the night for John. I don't even know exactly who he parties with, like Satanists or something. Congratulations to John Reed. And for Alistair Knox and Chris Andrews, the night is not over. Britt has to recuperate. He and Knox get a little bit of time, a couple of minutes to rest, because up next, the International Championship will be decided in an elimination three-way. Drum roll, please. Who will the third man be? It was super, super close. By 1 vote. Lance Martini, 1 vote. Adam Valentine was actually leaving, and then like the last couple of hours, the poll was up. Like 2 people came in and voted for Martini. Lance Martini getting the spot. Adam Valentine has been, quote unquote, as he would say, fucked by the fans once again. The conspiracy continues, but for the party, he has got a huge opportunity coming his way with Knox and Andrews pretty much dead. All right, my friends, here we go. Lance Martini has made his way to the ring. This triple threat match for the international belt gets underway. Knox and Andrews given just a couple of minutes to recuperate. The medical crew quickly stitched up Britt from that cut he suffered at the hands of Reed in the last match. And we get right into it. Truly no rest for the wicked. And this triple threat is elimination, which means it will be the last man standing that walks out as international champion and into Point Break in 4 weeks to defend inside of the elimination chamber. But by one vote, Lance Martini beat out Adam Valentine to join this triple threat. And I talked about it all month long, how if it weren't CyberSLAM, if it were any other pay-per-view, Martini would no doubt have earned himself the championship opportunity. Beat Adam Valentine back at Validation. Then beat Adam Valentine and John Reed in elimination triple threat and beat Aleister Knox twice. Only he and Chris Andrews can say they hold victories over Knox this season. And of course, even in that last matchup, though, John Reed became the fourth because he pinned Aleister after a third spear. So Chris Andrews, we know that he's not going to be going home with the Anarchy Championship. He still has the opportunity, though, to at least keep the international title. What? Do you not hear me? Am I talking? I've been talking this whole time. Hopefully you can. But Chris Andrews, what we saw in that last matchup, he was not involved in the decision. Reed pinned Knox. In this, at least in this, Andrews will have to be eliminated by pinfall or submission to lose his title. And as Andrews digs in on the party board, guys, we have a tweet here from John Reed that says, "I made this vessel a promise. In exchange for me to live on this plane, I had to end the drought he had. Promise fulfilled. I will never leave this body." John Reed, the new Anarchy champion, but is that good news? Nah, I don't think so. Oh, Aleister Knox. We talk about his submission game all the time, but his strikes are nothing to shake a leg at. And as he was looking for censorship, Lance Martini inadvertently saving the Bloody Brit from possibly being eliminated. And a tweet here from Jimmy Gimmick says, "There's no way that Lance could have a government name like Martini." Gimmick, of course, Lance's former tag team partner. Gimmick actually makes his CMV debut on tomorrow night on Fusion, and of course he and Shanaz, his new tag team partner, will be involved next Sunday in the 3rd annual CMV Tag Team at Classic live from Tokyo, Japan. Fireman's carry overhead here. Chris Andrews back into the ring. Lance Martini's just got an absolute just train load of momentum that he's carrying into this matchup. Britt keeps trying to, he's getting pissed. He's like, let me hit my goddamn finisher. Tries to right there, revenge attempt. But Knox deflects it. Knows Andrews too well. What up, Suntan? This is the co-main event, so you've missed the majority of the show. Still to come, though, we have this and the main event, Elijah Stewart challenging Yuri Sukhanov for the CMV Alpha World Championship. Yeah, if you want me to run down the results, wait a minute. There ain't no Martini to save Andrews. This time is the Brit going home empty-handed. No, clutching up to reverse the censorship attempt. Got it locked in on him twice in the last match. Look at Knox is like, motherfucker, you getting hit with this. Lining him up once more, and Martini's not going to try to save Brit here because it's elimination. Gonna let it happen. Okay. I think he just broke it up. Yeah, he broke it up. Why would Martini do that? Maybe some sort of partnership between Martini and Andrews discussed. Maybe Martini got the Brit a case of lager in exchange for them working together here. Look how he was lining up Knox, but turned right towards Brit. I guess that partnership idea is out the window. Spinning reverse STO, and will Andrews be going home empty-handed? He will! Chris Andrews is eliminated! And it is down to Lance Martini and Aleister Knox. Brit walked into CyberSLAM with 2 titles. He's walking out with none. The Brits' nearly 4-month reign as international champion comes to an end. We are guaranteed a new title holder now. Who will it be? Will it be the ominous Alistair Knox, or will it be the party boy, Lance Martini? There you see Andrews gets to his feet, says, fuck this, I'm going to the pub. Not a great night for the Brit, but it could be a great night for either one of these men. Fireman's carry overhead. Martini holds 2 victories over Alistair Knox. Most recently, just a couple of nights ago on Genesis in a great 2 out of 3 falls match. Can Martini do it when it matters the most? What athleticism by Martini right there. And remember, the winner of this has to head into Point Break next month to defend the international title inside of the Elimination Chamber. Yeah, Click did retain. Oh, I was going to do a rundown for you. Reese Matthews beat Tyson Cage by countout. Ortiz and Scott beat Vintage. RGP won the Rising Star title with an assist from Brock Lesnar, beating Eric Skarsgård. Then Luke Swanson beat Sean Kent. Matsuda Tanaka defeated Bob Luger. Brule defeated the Megastars. Click did retain against Mark Cattell and Pierre Thompson. And then John Reed became the new Anarchy champion in the tertiary main event. Now we are going to crown a new international champ. Lining up the shot. Oh my God! Lance Martini! Will he have Knox's number again? Spinning reverse STO. Lance in the center of the ring. Hooks the leg. Uno. Dos. No. Tres for no. Tres. Martini continuing to do work on the former Rising Star and Anarchy champion Knox here. Knox not at 100% when the bell rang for this. Obviously going through the previous triple threat, getting hit with 3 spears. But still, I think he might have shot for censorship there. Or something, whatever he went for. Countered by the party boy, and now Martini again with the Rolling Thunder body splash. Hooks the leg that time. 1, 2, 2.99999. Elbow to the face, and Alice just getting pissed. He couldn't reclaim the Anarchy Championship. He'll be damned if he goes home without the International. Fisherman's neckbreaker, but look at the wherewithal. Look at Knox is like, you son of a bitch. I'm sure he was going to go for the pin there, but Lance instead rolls to the outside. This is not false count anywhere. Obviously, though, there are no countouts. And Lance Martini luring Knox into a trap as he throws him back in the ring. And now Knox using the ropes to get himself back to his feet. Punch to the back of the head. Stomp to the quad, though. Don't turn around, Martini. You ain't gonna like the sight. Oh, what a back suplex at a high angle, too. Right down onto the neck. Grabbing him by those long, dirty brown locks. And there's those kicks, punches, and finally the knee. Gonna bust Lance wide open. The party is about to be stopped dead, I think. Taking a deep breath. Knox gets some gas back into the tank. As now he looks to zone in on the kill, but too much time wasted. That's going to work in the favor of Martini. Jawbreaker. Now Lance shoots in. Forearm smash, though. Going to rock him on spaghetti legs. And Lance going to get caught up. He's escaped this before. Can he do it now? Censorship brings him to the ground. It's in deep. In deep. Censorship locked in. But Martini denies it. Breaks himself free. And a spinning reverse STL out of nowhere. Spiking Knox onto his head. 1, 2, 3, and Lance Martini is the new international champion. The party rages on. My friends, a new international champion crowned. The party gonna be bumping in Los Angeles tonight. Martini riding that wave of momentum here into CyberSlam. And now walks out as the new international champion. Chris Andrews, it was a rough night for him. He's gonna go get plastered at the closest pub. But what a sight to see. And now in 4 weeks, Martini better enjoy it, because he's going to be going into the chamber to defend that thing against 5 others. And that ain't going to be no fun, I assure you. All right, here we go, my friends. It comes down to this main event time. CyberSlam 3. Even though he's beaten, even though he's battered, even though from 100%, I'd say he's probably not even 50%. The Good Vibes Kid, that CMV.com exclusive video showed him earlier today. Arriving to the arena, guys, he collapsed to the point where he was taken to the medical room. He had to be checked over. The doctor said, Elijah, you can't do this. You can't go fight Curry. But he said, no, fuck you. Well, maybe he probably didn't say fuck you. He wouldn't do that. That's not like Elijah. But he said, no, goddammit. I'm doing this. I don't care if I'm not even at 1%. I am going to be going into CyberSlam. I'm fighting Guri Sukhanov for that CMV Alpha World Championship. But what a month it has been for Elijah. The numerous attacks by Click in the ring, backstage, even at his local gym, in his personal time, guys, he was attacked. The attack on his brother, DJ Moore. DJ getting his arm snapped in half by Click. The emotional trauma that's been thrown at Elijah in Click's attempt, and more specifically Bob Luger's attempt to try and get Stewart to join Click. If that all wasn't enough, reports earlier tonight say that Click raided Elijah's locker room and stole his attire, guys, and left behind a note that said, here, we got you some new digs. And well, suffice to say, I saw Elijah walking around before the show started, and, well, just wait and see. CyberSlam 3 and the main event for the CMV Alpha World Championship. Elijah Stewart, look at this. Elijah very well wasn't going to come out here in his tighty whities. He had no choice. Click stole his attire for the night that he had laid out. They ransacked his locker room, and now look at this, donning Click merchandise. The emotional damage, the physical damage, and now embarrassing Elijah. They had to get that one last dig in. But even with donning his mortal enemy's attire, merchandise, Elijah is still here, and that's something that I can respect. The question is, up against a fresh and terrifying Guri Sukhanov, can Stewart make history and become the first ever 3-time Alpha World Champion? If there's anybody out there that can do it, it's Elijah Stewart. But the odds are so severely stacked against him at this point. Even I'm finding it hard to get behind Elijah here. Elijah Stewart, though, the fact of the matter is he's here. And he is ready to go. And here he comes. The 400-pound Russian ogre who won that Alpha World Championship by defeating Elijah Stewart, the Genesis, after Exodus nearly 2 months ago. And ever since then, Guri's been lining him up and knocking him down. Unstoppable. It's not a good enough word to describe Guri Sukhanov's performance since becoming the CMV Alpha World Champion. And even an Elijah Stewart at 110%, I don't know if he could defeat Guri Sukhanov. I said it when Guri first won the title. I don't see anyone taking that championship off of him. We know that whomever wins here in 1 month's time will be defending the title inside of the Elimination Chamber. Who will it be? Against all the odds, against all the naysayers, everything that Click has done to him, will it be Elijah? Or will Guri Sukhanov use the advantage given to him, pretty much handed to him on a silver platter by Bob Luger, to remain the Alpha World Champion? And there he stands, the two-time Alpha World Champion, both of his reigns coming to short ends. Elijah, since the start of this season, hasn't been able to enjoy anything because at every corner, Click is there to ruin it. And all he has to do is literally and figuratively topple the mountain. Look at how tiny that championship looks over the shoulder and down the chest of Guri Sukhanov. He outweighs Elijah. He outpowers Elijah. The only advantage that I can give Stewart is that the longer this matchup goes, the more it will benefit him. Guri Sukhanov, far from a marathon runner. His stamina is perhaps his only weakness. Elijah's going to have to use that if he hopes to walk out of Los Angeles, California, and CyberSlam 3 with the gold. Here we go. The referee rings the bell, and right out of the gate, a big boot to the face. Yeah, that's one way to start things off. Stiff kick to the back to follow through. Now arms out wide, and Guri Sukhanov knows all too well that he's pretty much got this match in the bag. Now the knee to the face. Drags Elijah away from the ropes. And I don't even want to watch this, guys, quite honestly. I don't want to witness this. I'm an Elijah Stewart fan. Me and him are friends. I don't want to see this. This is exactly what I expected, a mauling right out of the gate. But there we go. There's the heart. There's the never say die attitude of Elijah Stewart. Crucifix slam, then a kick of his own. Right to the back of the Russian Ogre. The Soviet era in jeopardy here. Look at, oh my goodness. It's like crashing into a brick wall. Elijah Stewart just running into Guri at full speed. Knocking himself out. Now into a Boston Crab, and just a regular Boston Crab applied by any normal-sized human being is going to hurt you. How about 400 pounds down to your lower spine? That's enough to kill you, to paralyze you at the very least. Elijah made sure to escape that quickly, but now Guri just goes right back into control. I can't really even see what he's doing here. He's so big. Elijah escapes it, though. Forearm smash is being brought together. Kick to the midsection. Guri down in the corner. Now a stomp to the gut. And what is Stewart cooking up here? Springboard. Ooh, leg drop to the back of the head. And that is the innovative offense by Stewart that he's going to have to use here to try to catch Guri off guard. Phoenix splash like art through the air. Even at 50%, Elijah Stewart is still 10 times more athletic than the most athletic man in CMV. Doing a little bit of a jig before dropping the elbow. It doesn't matter how much torment you put Elijah, there'll always be a smile on that face. He's always about having a good time, first and foremost. But even he, the most happy-go-lucky person on the planet, I'd imagine, there's always a breaking point. We've seen it on Elijah before. Years and years ago when he snapped on DJ Moore. He has a breaking point. He's not impenetrable. His goodness is not, concrete. Able to escape that camel clutch. Now a kick directly to the face there by Elijah. The striking is also Definitely Stewart's advantage here in this one. His kicks, his strikes, his elbows. Speaking of, rains 3 of them right down onto the forehead of the Alpha World Champion. And now, a beautiful moonsault through the air. Another kick to the back. Elijah making sure that he stays in control and completely dominates whatever Guri is thinking of doing here in this one. Face first off the top turnbuckle. Again and again and again. Elijah taking whatever anger he may have towards Click out on Guri. 11 times. Certainly well acquainted with that top turnbuckle now is the Russian Ogre, out at the count of 1 still. Punch to the gut. And to this day, over a year in CMV, Guri Sakharov has only been defeated 5 times one-on-one. 5 times in over a year! And there's why. There's one of the many reasons why. That nasty straight right hook that just about punched a hole through Elijah's head. Able to kick out at 2. You see Guri contemplating, thinking. Now zoning down on Stewart, waiting like a tiger in the bushes for that earth-shattering powerbomb. 1, 2, just a 2 count. Elijah somehow, some way, look how pissed Guri is. Guri thought this would be a walk in the park. He thought, piece of cake. But Elijah's proven that's the furthest thing from. Backbreaker, neckbreaker, strung together nicely. Elijah getting the support of the CM Universe. Their energy is his energy. Trying to stay alive. What is this here? Ooh! How about a KO? Forearm smash to the back of the head. Now botched that clothesline horribly. I guess got the job done. Took Guri off his feet. Now hooking that tree trunk of a leg. Still only a 1 count. Elijah can't even get past a 1 count, guys. Yo, what up, Dash? Yeah, this will be up on YouTube probably like an hour or so after I'm finished streaming it. And also you can catch it right now on past broadcasts. Good vibes, good vibes, good vibes. Elijah to the second turnbuckle. Now another Phoenix Splash. Oh, but the second time went to the river one time too many, if you will. It has dried up. 2 count produced, but no more as the CMV Alpha World Champion with a stomp to the lower spine. I think the vast majority of the CMV Universe were thinking this match is going to last no longer. Winning the internet! Oh my God, out of nowhere! 1, 2! You gotta be kidding me. Elijah actually arguing with referee Poe. Was hoping and praying that was enough, but nope. Out at the count of 2 is Sakharov. I was going to say, I think the majority of the CM Universe were thinking this matchup wasn't going to last 5 minutes. I think we've passed the 10-minute mark at this point. And Elijah has been carrying himself extraordinarily well. Look at that monkey flip, using every part of his body to get Guri up overhead. Now Elijah, he knows that he has Guri stunned right now after winning the internet, after that single knee. Trying all that he can. 400 pounds lifted up onto that top turnbuckle. I think the ring is about to collapse. Double accident with a punch to the gut. Swiftly connects by Stewart into the pin. Once more, Poe in a position. Counts the 2, but no more than that. Back to the head scissors, unleashing the elbows, looking for blood, and he gets it. Busted wide open. It's the Russian Ogre. Elijah to the apron. I don't know how wise this is late into this matchup to fly off the ropes, but I'm not in that ring. Phenomenal forearm connects. I was wrong. Seated up. Again, gonna dig the elbow into that gash. Sakharov is bleeding profusely. Elijah just a 3 count away from making history, becoming the first ever 3-time Alpha World Champion. Once more, get fucking like a monkey as he drops the elbow. Hook in the leg. Again, pin after pin. Elijah with each attempt. Not only I literally just put these batteries in, by the way, during one of the matchup screens. I put new batteries in, but they died anyway. Sorry to mess up the ebb and flow. But let's get right back into it. Elijah was trying for another head scissors to unleash more elbows. Guri escapes. Brings Elijah up to a vertical base and a pop-up punch as if a regular right hook from Guri wasn't already enough. He's got to throw Stewart up into the air like he's nothing. For the second turnbuckle Phoenix Splash attempt number 3. Elijah, why are you doing this? No! No! The Phoenix Splash is outmaneuvered, and now Guri making Elijah look like a child as he swings him around and around and around again a good 7 or 8 times. Keeps on going. Jeez Louise. And Guri lets out a roar, marking his territory as the alpha male doesn't even go for the pin. Instead of forearm smash. There we go, clothesline Guri. Making sure to finish off the work that Click has done all month long. Getting a little bit of air on that last clothesline. And another pop-up punch. Putting him up into a seated position. Big meaty claws being pressed in the temples, but still, Elijah refuses to give in. Nice gut wrench suplex right there. Oh no, just as Elijah looks to catch a second win, Guri says no more. Sit out powerbomb a second time. Uno, dos, tres, and Guri sucking off is still the CMV Alpha World Champion. Somehow, some way, Elijah put up the fight of his life. No, enough has already been done to this kid, Guri. Enough has already been done, Guri, no! Beating down Elijah after the match is over, after he's already retained the gold. Come on, Guri. Maintain order, Poe. We all called it. I think we all knew that Elijah Stewart had far from any chance of walking out Alpha World Champion. He still gave the fight of his life, and props to him for that. But Guri retains it, as if that isn't enough. As if Elijah Stewart hasn't been put through the ringer already. He has to attack him after the match is over. Absolutely despicable what Guri just did. From start to finish, I mean, definitely I think one of the bigger highlights was the return of Lesnar on the pre-show, assisting RGP, becoming the new Rising Star champion. The first time Lesnar's been seen in CMV in nearly 2 years, I think. It was definitely a big shock. And we have 2 new champions. And John Reed finally winning gold after 2.5 years. And Lance Martini becoming the new international champion. Certainly an exciting night. If you like what you saw and you want to follow me, make sure you do so that you know when I go live. The next time, of course, will be tomorrow for Monday Night Fusion. Exclamation point, join in the chat. We'll give you a link, cmvwrestling.com. Exclamation point, CMV will let you know more about us if you're just interested. If you have a call, though, you're more than welcome. Official CMV _ is our Twitter. You can follow us for signings, updates, match cards, all that kind of good stuff. And of course, next time we are on pay-per-view will be next Sunday, the 25th, for a special event, not really a pay-per-view, for the 3rd annual Tag Team Cup, live from Tokyo, Japan, the Tokyo Dome. That's going to be exciting. And then Dark Carnival the Sunday after that. But for Genesis, the next time they're on pay-per-view is 4 weeks away for Point Break. The Elimination Chamber returns. The Alpha World Championship, we now know that Guri Sakura will be defending inside the chamber, and Lance Martini will be defending his international title inside of a chamber. So guys, thank you so much for watching. I certainly hope you enjoyed it as much as I did, and I'll hopefully see you tomorrow.